What is up, my RedRebel Nation family? It's your boy Juices. Once again, I'm back. Thank you. Anyways, guys, we have a video here of Kiely Rodni. It is a new video. I have not seen this. It's only been out for about 6 hours, I do believe. It is made by Conspiracy T. Shout out to her. Go subscribe to her channel if you guys would like to. Anyways, guys, with a furthermore into this conversation, this whole thing that does not make any sense. This whole theory of people speculating on different things, to whether what happened to her, whether her car ended up in the water, how it ended up in the water, which we know it did end up in water. But there's a lot of things around this case that just does not make sense. And I've said that through every one of my videos. Now, with that being said though, there has been some good points that people has actually brought up. Now, I've always wondered if her car was actually, the ignition was turned on. People says that her car was actually found in neutral. We actually know that the guy, the tow truck driver, the AAA guy, whatever you would like to call him at this point, came out there to service a battery call. When he got out there later on in the interview with AWP, he goes on to say that there was nothing wrong with her battery, but he told her to keep it running for about 2 hours. Now, I had some people in my comments actually say that that was due to pertain to just a safety precaution that everybody has to actually go by. Now, but there's also something else I'd like to point out. In this video, there is camera footage of that night. Now, whether this will be Kiely Rodni's car or not, we have no idea. So I'm not going to speculate whether it was Kiely Rodni's car or not. I want to make that clear. But what it does show is very interesting. Without further ado, guys, love yourself, like yourself, be nothing but yourself. Like, subscribe to the channel, it's highly appreciated. Let's get right on into the video. Let's see what they have to say.
If you were on my live stream last night, you saw that we were going over the live feed archives from the fire cam that overlooks Prosser. One of my subscribers sent me this during the live. So we went to the date and the time that this party occurred to see if we could see anything. Now, it is very dark and it is kind of difficult to see, but it would appear that you can see vehicle headlights in more than one spot. Now, this is just to show where this camera is and how it is pointing towards Prosser. This camera does move, so if you go to...
So my question with this whole thing is why haven't cops used these cameras? Why haven't they took these cameras and used them to where they already know what's going on? They already know the cars that they've seen. Now, it goes to ask a lot of questions, because we can ask a lot of questions in this point. A lot of things that we lean towards seem to be not true, but then they seem to be true. People go on forward to say that her family, her mom in general, didn't show emotions. I made a video on that, and some people doesn't show emotions, just like my grandma could not cry. Now, whether or not that is something that is wrong with her, that she had towards her daughter, some kind of relationship. But now, besides that point, there's also, I made a video of her mom going to Starbucks. Come to find out, her mom went to Starbucks to meet her that morning. But yet her daughter's underaged. So why isn't her mom going to look for her? And I've said that in my other video, and that still does not make no sense to me. Now, whether it's supposed to make sense to me or not, probably not, because it's not my daughter. But I do have a daughter, and I know damn good and well that I would not go to Starbucks to meet her when she hasn't showed up to home. But she was supposed to meet her at Starbucks. But that could actually work both ways. Why didn't she go when she didn't show up that night and go search for her? And this probably wouldn't have happened if she would have found her in time, because who knows what people's going to say now that actually it brought this stuff on. For her to go into the water, what made her go into the water? Talking about the stuff. So a lot of speculation go on about her laptop, to her clothes, to check a TV to everything else. And, you know, sometimes we speculate on things, but we mean nothing by it. So, words of wisdom, if you say something, don't point it directly towards somebody or don't not blame them for it. And that's what we're doing here. We may be saying something about somebody, we're not blaming them for it because we don't know if it's true, correct? Just like everything else to do with this whole case. We don't know what's true and what's not true because the cops has not come forward and said anything about it. Now, the cops will have the last say so about what happened. And then there won't be no more questions about it because that's the law. So, with that further said, guys, let's get into the video.
Different dates and times, you might see the camera at a different angle. These are the two areas you're going to focus on. The red circle is what could possibly be Kiely's vehicle. So right now I have it pulled up on August 6th, and I have this around, at the bottom, the timestamp is in military time. So it's around 33, which would translate to about 12:33 in the morning. So you can see on the left-hand side, a little to the right, there's a lone one light, and that light is traveling away from the left-hand side of the screen, closer to that water, and then it will stop for a few minutes, and it will slowly start to get dimmer and dimmer and dimmer until about the 35 mark, which would be about 12:35 a.m. Now this here, I want.
Okay, so let's go back on that because what she's talking about is this vehicle right here. Let's continue. What's right over in this area right here?
Now this here, I wanted to try to get the exact location.
Sorry, guys, did not go back far enough. Let's go back a little bit further. So here, but here's a car setting here. You could plainly see that. The car setting here, there's a car setting here. So what she's talking about, guys, is going to be this light that comes right off down and through here. So pay attention to that area. Right here. It appears whatever this vehicle was, and it was a vehicle, you can plainly see the headlights. Now, whether this is the area that actually has water by it, we don't know that, but she's actually going to prove to us that there is water by where this vehicle was actually heading towards. Now, with that being said, some things in the dark time can seem different than other things in the daytime, and we all know that things look differently. So we got to take that in perspective too. But let's go ahead and let her give her analogy about what this vehicle could be doing.
Now this here, I wanted to try to get the exact location in daylight. So I took the daylight picture and the night picture, and I just lined up the mountain range and then changed the transparency so that we could kind of see exactly where that light is in the dark footage. I think I've got this lined up pretty good. So now I'm going to take this red circle and I'm going to circle where we saw the light on the dark video, and then I'm going to change it to light so that you can see about the area that that light is in the daylight. So I'm not 100% on this location, so let me know what you guys think. Is this the right spot?
The whole thing starts at 12:35-ish. 8/6, 12:30, 12:35. Timestamps at bottom will read 30 to 35. 32 comes out from left, moving 32.22 moves towards water. 33.22 stays still a few minutes. 34 starts climbing or starts dimming. 34 lights disappear. Okay, so my whole thing about this whole thing is if this video shows a car that's going off into a water, the cops should have this video. And hopefully they do have this video, because it does show something that definitely is off the wall and should not be probably happening. Especially if that vehicle is actually going towards where we think this vehicle is heading. So anyways, guys, let's continue to see what she has to say. And it looks like people is actually leaving too, as this is being filmed right here. So you have this car right here that she's talking about that's went from here and down to here. Now, and you have vehicles behind it actually leaving. You can see headlights. You can see 1, 2, 3. Now, they did talk about a max exodus that actually left the campgrounds. So what can this be right here that actually seems to be going off towards the water, in my opinion also? So let's go ahead and see what she has to say. So is there a highway back here or something? Is that what that is? Is that a highway? Because I keep seeing cars going down that way. But if you see this right here, there's a car, there's a car, there's a car. There's cars all around this area. So if there's somebody here and something happened here, then how come no one's seen anything? And that's what brings us back to this whole thing. See, you have a party of 300 people. You have no trash. You have no evidence of pictures of who it was. You have no evidence of the kids that attended this party. You have no pictures of anything of sorts. That's the reason why people keep speculating on this case. Because it's been over a month now and nothing back on her autopsy. Nothing. So this video kind of shows us a little bit more about what it appears to be something going off towards the water, and it has lights. It looks like a car, but maybe it can be something different, guys. Because if it was to be used, the cops would be having this video and say, yes, there's a car that actually went off into the water. Now, can this video be used of saying how her car? Of course not. But we do have supposedly the camera footage from the AAA driver, the tow truck driver. It's switched 2 times now. So we have them cameras. So he said that he had a camera that faced front to back. Well, where's the camera footage? How come you haven't seen who was with that woman? And a lot of people thinks it was Kiely Rodni, and so did the tow truck driver. But then again, the tow truck driver actually explained Jagger to the T, and he had somebody saying he was 4 hours away. So nothing makes sense in this case, and I continue to say that through this whole thing. But anyways, guys, I'm going to end this video. Like yourself, love yourself, be nothing but yourself. Like, subscribe to the channel. It's highly appreciated. YouTube family, I love you guys. RedRebel Nation, I love you guys too. Freak Squad, shout out to you. Love you guys. Anyways, guys, I guess I just love everybody. Anyways, guys, your boy Deuce is out. Thank you, guys.